Every conversation carries a consequence. Every viewpoint searches for facts. Discovering your legal standing, delivering rightful justice.
You can't just walk in here. This building has standards. People like you don't belong in this place.
People like me? Yeah? That sounds exactly like what it is. You're trying to be racist.
I am not. I'm protecting my home.
Your home? That's funny. I own the penthouse. Been here 5 years. You just moved in, right? Good night.
Excuse me. You don't belong here. I know your type, the woman shouted, her voice cracking with anger as she slammed her designer purse against the elevator wall. I'm not letting anyone like you in. Before we go any further, comment where in the world you are watching from, and make sure to subscribe because tomorrow's story is one you don't want to miss. It was just after 6 in the evening at the glass-fronted lobby of the Camden, a high-rise luxury apartment complex in downtown Brookside. Residents were trickling in after long workdays, the golden sunset reflecting off the polished marble floors. Marcus Hill, 34, a calm, composed man with an easy smile, approached the bank of elevators carrying a small grocery bag. Owner of Hill Vine, one of the city's most acclaimed fusion restaurants, Marcus was returning from a quick grocery run before the dinner rush at his restaurant. Despite the casual t-shirt and jeans he wore, he moved with a quiet confidence that came from years of managing a bustling kitchen and navigating high-pressure situations with poise. As he pressed the button for the 22nd floor, the elevator doors began to close. That's when she stepped in, Karen Whitmore, 52, a longtime resident notorious for her strict guest policy and a history of confrontations with neighbors. She cut Marcus off with an exaggerated sigh, standing tall in her designer heels, her perfectly manicured nails tapping the stainless steel elevator wall like a metronome. "You can't get in here?" Karen spat, her tone sharp as shattered glass. "I see you around, and I know what you're up to. People like you don't belong in buildings like this. I won't let it happen." Marcus froze, surprised at the audacity but careful to remain composed. "I live here," he said evenly, showing his keycard. The card slid through her fingers as if she barely saw it, and her lips curled into a derisive smirk. "Oh, sure," she sneered. "You're living here, right? Like some kind of fake resident? I've seen the way people like you act. No way." The elevator dinged, signaling its readiness to ascend, but Karen planted herself firmly in front of the doors, blocking him. A young woman entering behind them fumbled, caught between awkwardness and concern. "Ma'am, maybe let him in?" she suggested softly, glancing at Marcus, whose calm eyes betrayed only a quiet endurance. Karen waved her off with a dismissive flick. "Don't tell me what to do, sweetie. I'm protecting this building." Her voice rose again, echoing off the marble, drawing glances from residents lingering by the lobby couches. Marcus, weighing his options, decided to de-escalate verbally. "Karen, I don't want to fight. My apartment is on this floor. I have every right to be here." Her response was a derisive laugh that sounded more like a weapon than amusement. "Right, sure. I bet you own a little place somewhere, maybe a corner cafe, but this is upscale. This is my building, and I know people like you, always trying to sneak in where you don't belong." Tension in the elevator thickened, a palpable, almost physical pressure. Marcus felt the weight of her judgment and the assumptions she made based on nothing but appearance. He had dealt with prejudice before, in restaurants and social spaces, but this was personal, brazen, and public. Every muscle in his body tensed, ready to respond, but he held back. Karen, sensing the crowd's attention, straightened her shoulders and began delivering a lecture aimed at humiliation rather than reason. "You think you can just come in here, flash some fake card, and nobody will notice? I know all the real residents. I see everything." Little did she know, Marcus had a calm plan and patience honed over years but of running a high-profile business. He stayed still, measured and silent, a quiet storm waiting for the right moment. The elevator's digital display flickered, the ambient hum of air conditioning punctuating the charged atmosphere. Question: if you believe that standing up for what's right can change everything, share this story and let others know that justice can prevail. The elevator doors shivered as they hovered between closing and opening, a silent testament to the standoff within. Karen Whitmore planted herself in the center, arms crossed, glaring at Marcus as if he were a trespasser in a sacred temple. "You think you can play me? I know the types that try to sneak in here. You're up to something and I won't let it slide," she hissed, her voice trembling with controlled fury. Marcus shifted his grocery bag to one hand, keeping his tone calm, almost disarming. "Karen, this isn't about anything but my home. I live here. I own the key card. Let's not make this uncomfortable." "Uncomfortable? Ha!" she scoffed, stepping closer until her designer heels were almost touching his. "You people always act like you belong. Don't even think about it." Her eyes darted toward the lobby as if expecting an ally, but the other residents kept their distance, whispering among themselves, unsure how to intervene without provoking her. The tension stretched on, like elastic ready to snap. The elevator dinged again, doors stubbornly refusing to close fully, caught in the silent battle of wills. A janitor pushing a cart nearby stopped, noticing the standoff. He shrugged, muttering, "Crazy lady," under his breath, then walked away. Marcus sighed quietly, keeping his hands visible, unthreatening, but ready. "Karen, you're causing a scene over nothing. I'm not here to argue. I just want to go upstairs." "Oh, you don't argue. You intimidate," Karen shot back, her voice rising. "I've seen how people like you act when no one's watching. Not in my building. Not in my elevator." It was then that the first crack in Karen's carefully curated aura of control began to show. Her eyes flicked to a small plaque above the elevator buttons, displaying "Residents Only." She pointed a manicured finger at it. "See this? It's clear, residents only, and I know you don't belong." Marcus's patience snapped only slightly, just enough to lean in and speak quietly but firmly. "Karen, my apartment number is 2214. I have lived here for 3 years. I own the place. You've never bothered checking, have you?" Her reaction was instantaneous, a loud, theatrical gasp. 3 years? She clutched at her pearls, as if the information physically struck her. I must have. I didn't know." Her voice trailed off into an awkward stammer. Karen tried to recover, attempting to reassert dominance with indignation rather than fact. "Well, I just assumed." Her words stumbled over themselves, evidence of her internal scramble to regain authority. By now, residents in the lobby had started to gather, curious and uneasy. Phones emerged, cameras discreetly recording the confrontation. The power of public witness added weight to every word, every gesture, every accusation. Karen could feel her audience shifting subtly, their sympathetic glances sliding toward Marcus. Meanwhile, Marcus remained composed, the calm eye in a storm of entitlement. "It's all right, Karen," he said softly. "You can step aside. No harm done." But Karen couldn't step back, not yet. Her pride demanded one final assertion of control. I don't care. I'm protecting this building. I've seen too many." She froze, mid-sentence, eyes widening, because in that instant a young resident she often dismissed as a helper walked up behind Marcus and whispered, "Mr. Hill? That's your restaurant, right?" The realization hit her like a thunderclap. Marcus Hill, the man she had blocked, insulted, and humiliated, was the owner of the very high-end bistro she had frequented, the one she bragged about knowing and judging. She had been standing in front of someone whose name she had mentioned countless times, but never connected to the man in front of her. Her mouth opened, closed, then opened again. Words failed her. The tension in the elevator shifted, a silent reckoning hanging in the air. Outside, whispers spread among residents. "Wait, that's him? He owns Hill Vine?" Marcus glanced at Karen with quiet certainty. No gloating, just calm observation. Her carefully constructed world of judgment and superiority was beginning to unravel, and the first seeds of instant karma were taking root. If you believe that standing up for what's right can change everything, Share this story and let others know that justice can prevail. Karen's face had gone from shock to fury in less than a heartbeat. You are joking, right? That little corner cafe? That's you? Her voice bounced off the lobby walls like a whip crack. I've been watching this building for years, making sure people like you don't sneak in. And now I find out I've been standing in front of the owner? She jabbed a finger toward him, shaking it violently, nails nearly scratching his shirt. Do you know how ridiculous that makes you look? Do you? Marcus didn't flinch. He set his grocery bag down gently, keeping his hands visible, letting her rage burn itself out while he spoke softly. It doesn't make anyone look ridiculous, Karen. Facts are facts. Oh, facts, right. Facts don't matter when people like you... She cut herself off, sneering, her words heavy with entitlement and prejudice. People like you think you can walk in anywhere, act like you're important, and everyone else has to bow. I've seen it before, I know it. You're audacious, arrogant, pathetic, really. Karen leaned closer, invading his personal space, her voice dropping to a venomous hiss. You think a fancy little restaurant makes you better than everyone? Please, I've eaten at that place. I know the food. Overpriced and overrated. And you're nothing special. Nothing. Just another guy thinking he's clever because he's made a name for himself. A murmur ran through the growing crowd of residents. Phones were out now, recording. Some residents exchanged incredulous glances. Others stifled laughter at the absurdity of the confrontation. Karen, however, saw none of it. She was locked on Marcus, convinced she had the upper hand in public humiliation. Marcus finally spoke, measured, calm, almost surgical. Karen, your assumptions about people don't define them. Blocking someone from the elevator because of their appearance? That's not protection. That's prejudice. Karen scoffed, tossing her head back. Prejudice? Oh, don't you try to make me the villain here. I'm protecting this building. I know what's going on. You think just because you own a restaurant, you can waltz in here and disrespect people who've earned their place? Ha! I've worked hard for my standing here, and I won't have people like you. Her words trailed into sputters as she realized she was drawing an audience, and that audience was subtly siding with Marcus. A resident whispered audibly, "She's losing it. He's staying calm." Karen spun toward the voice, fuming, her eyes bulging, lips tight with rage. "Don't whisper! Don't talk!" She turned back to Marcus, pointing like a weapon. "I've seen people like you scam, cheat, sneak, and pretend. You're not fooling me. I don't care how fancy your restaurant is, how much money you've made, or who you think you are. You do not belong in my elevator." Marcus, quiet and composed, bent slightly to pick up his bag. "Karen, if I may, you've already made a scene. You've called me names, accused me without evidence, and almost assaulted me with that finger of yours. The truth is public now. Everyone here knows who I am. You've painted yourself as the aggressor, not me." Karen froze. The weight of his words, paired with the recording phones and the whispers of the crowd, began to sink in. "What? This can't..." Her voice cracked, high-pitched, furious and panicked now. Her aura of control had shattered. A resident stepped forward, holding up a phone. "Ma'am, this is all being recorded. Everyone saw you. You blocked him, insulted him, and refused to let him enter his own apartment." Karen's nostrils flared. She tried to recover her authority, screaming over the murmurs. I'm a resident. I pay my fees. I have every right. I'm not..." Marcus's calm voice cut through her tirade like a scalpel. "Yes, you are a resident. But that doesn't give you the right to harass anyone, and now, thanks to your behavior, everyone here has seen exactly who's in the wrong." For the first time, Karen's insults faltered, her bravado faltering under the collective gaze of the lobby. She opened her mouth, then closed it, the words stuck halfway. Her instant karma had begun not through violence or revenge, but through public exposure, embarrassment, and undeniable truth. The elevator doors, as if sensing the change, finally slid shut with a soft ding. Marcus stepping inside calmly, leaving Karen standing there, breathless, furious, and humiliated. The elevator doors slid open on the 22nd floor, and Marcus stepped out with the quiet confidence of a man who had weathered storms far bigger than an entitled neighbor. Behind him, Karen Whitmore stomped toward him, her designer heels clicking against the polished floor, each step betraying a mix of rage, disbelief, and desperation. You think you can just walk away from me? From what you did in my building? She spat, her words jagged, sharp as broken glass. I won't, nobody. But the words died in her throat. Standing in the corridor of the high-rise was a small crowd of residents who had followed the elevator drama upstairs, curious, recording, and whispering amongst themselves. The camera phones glinted in the warm hallway light, pointed at Karen, documenting every flailing gesture, every sputtered insult, every failed attempt to assert control. Marcus turned, his voice calm but firm. Karen, you've already humiliated yourself. The residents saw everything in the lobby, and now the video is going to show it to the world. Maybe now you'll understand that your assumptions and insults have consequences. Her face turned crimson. Consequences? I'm a resident. I have rights. A young man holding his phone stepped forward, showing her the playback. Look, ma'am, this is you, yelling, threatening, blocking Marcus from entering his own elevator. People are seeing exactly what happened. Karen's eyes widened, her mouth opening and closing, as if searching for words that didn't exist. That's not... I didn't... Her attempts at explanation were drowned by the whispers of the crowd. Wow, she really did all that. I can't believe she blocked him. Did she even check who he was? Marcus, standing just a few feet away, let her squirm in the public spotlight. Karen, sometimes the world teaches lessons better than anyone else can. You chose your path today. You decided to insult, to assume, to humiliate someone without reason. And the world, this building, these residents, saw it. Karen's breaths came fast, shallow. Her usual armor of entitlement and authority had completely crumbled. She waved her hands frantically, pointing at Marcus. I didn't know. I was protecting the building. A resident in the back called out softly, barely hiding a smirk. Yeah, protecting it from the wrong person. Looks like you ended up protecting yourself from your own embarrassment. The words hit like a hammer. Karen turned, her pearl-clutching hands trembling, realizing that the full extent of her public exposure had arrived. She had become a spectacle, the very embodiment of arrogance undone by ignorance. Her every insult, every condescending remark had been recorded, witnessed, and judged, not by one person, but by an audience that knew the truth. Marcus bent slightly, picking up his grocery bag again, and offered a simple, quiet statement that left the room in stunned silence. I live here, Karen. I own my apartment. I run my business. I respect people. Maybe one day you'll understand that respect is earned by actions, not assumptions. Karen's lips trembled. She opened her mouth to speak again, but stopped. There were no words left that could repair the humiliation. The crowd had shifted subtly, their sympathy unmistakably with Marcus. Karen Whitmore, the self-proclaimed guardian of the building, was now the subject of whispered mockery and recorded shame. As Marcus disappeared down the corridor toward his apartment, Karen slumped against the wall, her fury drained, her pride shattered, her insults bouncing back on her like boomerangs. Every camera, every witness, every whispered judgment was a reminder that arrogance and prejudice, when met with calm confidence and truth, lead only to their own downfall. If you believe that standing up for what's right can change everything, share this story and let others know that justice can prevail.
Justice requires constant vigilance, and credible information is your best defense. Thank you for watching and fostering a transparent society.